did train him. I was up there with. I was in Montreal.
Up at TriStar?
No, I was. George actually has a new gym, his own gym, but I was up there with Pascal, and I trained George every morning.
Nice.
So it was really good, and he looks really good. I mean, he's getting in good shape and doing the right thing, but we still haven't decided if he's gonna fight one more time or not.
Money talks.
Negotiations with a lot of people and stuff like that, but they're just working out the opponent and so forth. And I'm not sure how him and UFC getting along right now, because they did talk bad about him a little bit, even though that fight was very controversial. But a lot of people thought he won that fight. Most MMA fighters I talked to thought he won the fight. Most fans thought he lost the fight. So, but if you're in the sport, I think they know it a little better, and they all told me he won the fight. But I'm not an expert at it, but yeah, it was a close fight, but
Freddie, I talked to Aram this week, and he said that Pacquiao, he actually said Pacquiao looked lousy last week. He said most likely it was because of the jet lag, but that he looked terrific on Monday. So how is training camp going? How is he looking?
He's doing fine now. We boxed 12 rounds today. We peaked today, so from now we're just going to start tapering off a little bit, and he's doing fine. He did have some jet lag for the first 4 or 5 days, a little lightheaded, just a 16-hour time change. So it wasn't easy for any of us, but he seemed to suffer more than us. But he's the one that has to perform it. We just get to sit around. Right. So.
It's your third time.
He's backtracking on his retirement claims. He said he won't make that final decision until after the Bradley fight. What's your take?
I didn't hear that. So he tells me he's retiring. So
does that surprise you that he's backtracking on those comments, the retirement claims?
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I think a lot of that depends on what he does with the Senate. If he becomes a senator and being a fighter, it might be too much for him. Might be a senator is a lot more work than being a congressman. So I think that factor has to be played out too. So we won't know that until after the fight.
Freddie, it's your third time facing Bradley. How do you keep Manny motivated? Like, as you would say, he would normally be with the new opponent. Like, most people thought he won the first fight. He definitely won the second fight, and kind of going into this third fight. How do you keep his motivation up?
One thing about Pacquiao, he's always busy and he has a lot of distraction and all that. But once he comes through the doors of the gym, it's all boxing, and that's all it's about. I mean, he knows what he does best, and he works his ass off every day. I mean, he really works out. He's not really that type of guy that you have to motivate at all. He motivates everyone else. I mean, he wants to work. So he makes it a lot easier. I mean, he's not difficult. He runs every morning. I mean, sometimes I have to slow him down.
Freddie, if you don't mind, what would you make of this striking in the MMA game today?
There's a striking in the MMA?
There is sometimes.
Anybody stick out?
The thing is, I like MMA. I mean, I think boxing and MMA go together well and so forth, but I just don't think they mix that well. People always say, like, what if this guy fights that guy? They're totally two different sports, and if you fight with MMA rules, the MMA fighter will win, and if you can fight a boxing, the boxer will usually win. I mean, but the thing is, I mean, it's so different from each other. I mean, people try to compare the two, but there's really no comparison. They're both just great sports on their own, very great combat sports, and that's one thing I love is combat. So, again, I spend a lot of time with George when I can, and he's a great student and a really good guy. So,
out of everyone you've worked with in the MMA community, who has improved the most under your tutelage?
George, by far, because I spent more time with him. But Andre Arlovsky was a very good student also. I was with Andre for a couple of years, but his last fight there, he just got whacked in the chin, and he just doesn't have a great chin, And it's too bad we can't all be born with hard chins. I mean, but some people take punches better than others, and unfortunately, he got tagged right in the right place, and it was over. But I felt bad for him. But he's still a good friend and a good guy. So.
Speaking of Andre, he's got a weird situation fighting someone from his own camp, Alistair Overeem. Have you ever had that in your boxing gym, and do you think that can work, or is it?
I fought my brother in the finals of the Golden Gloves one year because we both in the same weight class, and my dad let us fight, and my brother beat the shit out of me. So I've seen this happen before. Yeah, you know, it's a lot of pride goes on. It's personal. You're not gonna let it. You're not gonna let him have bragging rights. You're not gonna let him win. No one's gonna take it easy. So I think those fights are even harder than most. I like fights when that happens. It's usually a good formula for a great fight.
Is that on film anywhere? That fight with you and your brother?
No, that was that was a long time ago. Yeah.
Freddie, can I keep
What's
you
the
on schedule here?
difference between the canvas of a ring and this red carpet in your feet?
This one's red and the one in the ring is usually black.
Is this softer?
Freddie.
Is it softer and it's softer?
Well, if I get knocked down, I'll tell you, okay? I can't tell if I stand in it. If I lay down, it'll be okay.
you, Coach.
Freddie,
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Freddie.